And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from Braemar Arena. Tonight, it's girls high school hockey. Edina Hornets, the two-time defending champions, taking on St. Paul United. Both of these teams are state tournament regulars, with Edina headed off to the state tournament 8 times since 2009. And they've been there the past 4 years, including 2 straight state titles in 2017 and 2018. We'll prepare to get this thing underway for you with these 2 clubs, and it's going to be a full season as we'll be bringing Edina High School hockey to you, presented by Tradition Companies at traditionco.com. The Hornets are 2-1 entering the season. Sammy Reber is their head coach. She's in her 3rd season, enters this game with a 58-4-2 record. Taking a look at the starting lineups, there's Ellie Strittmatter. She'll be your starting goaltender. Evelyn Adams will be one of the defensemen. Lily Hendrickson will be one of the defensemen. Hannah Chorsky will be the center, starting for the Edina Hornets. And Olivia Swaim will be on one of the wings, and at the other right wing, it'll be number 19, Tella Jungles. Plenty of depth for these 2 teams. Edina having 8 Division I commitments on their roster, 2 on the St. Paul United roster. Enter this one 1-0. We'll take a time out here real quick for your national anthem, and we're going to face it off from Braemar Arena coming up right after this. Pat Milan takes care of the festivities with a Let's Play Hockey call from Braemar Arena. The Hornets in their white uniforms with green and gold trim. Meanwhile, United with their red jerseys, kind of the Montreal Canadiens-esque stripe through the middle, red, blue, and white for them. United 1-0 coming into this one. They picked up their opening game win, avenging their first-round loss of the state tournament to Alexandria. They're the consolation champion winners last year at the state tournament, were United. But they opened with a loss in the state tourney to Alexandria. They avenged that with a 5-2 win. Catherine Karen had 3 points in the game, 2 goals and an assist. Madison Schumann with a goal and assist to lead their squad. For Edina now at 2-1 on the season after losing the opener by a score of 4-3 to the Andover Huskies on the strength of 3 third-period goals by the Andover club. Katie Davis had a 2-goal affair in that one. Vivian Jungles had 2 assists. Edina went on then to win 2 straight, 4-3 against the Blake Bears, and then 6-2 against Cretin-Derham Hall. They've had different players contribute on the score sheet. In the column have the Hornets. It's been a really impressive start for them from the offensive side of things for their club. Here we are, we're underway as the Hornets control on the near side with Evelyn Adams, plays that. Chorsky handles. Harvard bound is Chorsky back into the corner, bumps this one off the end boards on the stick of Tella Jungles. That's turned aside, nice stick save and poked into the corner and picked up by United out of the zone. That's underneath the stick, and that looks like it'll make it the length of the ice for an icing call. Starting in goal for the Edina Hornets will be the senior, Ellie Strittmatter. will face off inside the United zone. That shot was blocked. Off the boards it goes by Lily Hendrickson. Inside they go with it. Jungles try to make the play there, and back at center ice, it's going to be Hendrickson to regroup in her own zone. Works that one rink wide for Adams on the tape, reaching back. Nice job there was Jungles. Plays that one, but picked off by the defense. United, that pass too far. And back into the Edina zone, it's Vivian Jungles now. She plays that to her partner, and Mallory Uline, the senior, that one's too far. And back into the United zone it goes for an icing call, as watching that one off the end boards for United was Kate Saber. Strittmatter will have the face-off to her right. It's going to be a draw taken by Jenna Hoops. Clean win back to the line. Ooh, they try to redirect from the high slot by Sabin. That one hits traffic. Off the side of the net it goes. Back in behind. Davis now waits for the feed from Annie Keel. She had a big game the other night. 4-point effort in their 6-2 win against the Raiders of Cretin-Durham Hall. Davis plays to center. That's poked away. Now down the ice they go with it. That's Annie Keel. Right wing side turned away now by Bulby, as she'll play it back into the corner. Keel with it. She's watched on the play. They try to shovel this one through traffic, and here they come. United, that's off the stick and off the boards, and the length of the ice it goes, as that was touched by Schumann, but on the wrong side of the center red line. 15:22 to go in period number one. Thanks for joining us here tonight. Coverage is presented in part by Tradition Companies. Check them out at traditionco.com. By Gemini Athletic Wear. Of course, our good friend Chris Bonvino, probably still working after hours. It is hockey season. Plenty of jerseys and Captain C's that he has to put on those sweaters. Hornets now will regroup back into their own zone. Up at center, that's picked off by the United. That was Elizabeth Allen that made the play and sent right back in by Edina's Sophia Dahl. Behind the net, off the stick of Roberts, as she's going to try to play this up the boards and back into the corner. Gets a little bit of assistance from Gwen Hendrickson on that play. Hornets now up to the line. Dahl chucks some sauce. They're a bullet to the right side. She's going to head off the bench, and on steps Adams. She'll take her spot at the left point as United down low tries to work it with Bond. She's bothered on the play, and back in behind it goes again. Hornets with a workable forecheck here that's creating trouble on United. At the line, good read there for Edina. That's Swain with it, shot and a pad save, turned aside. First one of the game here for each Tendy. Back into the Edina zone it goes, icing the call as we'll travel back down into United territory. Edina is ranked number 1 on the season, or I'm sorry, ranked number 2. They entered the season number 1. Nice stick save, turned aside there by Kenzie Giese, the senior goaltender. They bring back a couple of good goalies, does United, and she is certainly one of them. Both were 11 and 6. Giese was 7 and 2 with a 1.66 and a 914 save percentage last year for her team, who have been regulars in the state tournament. 4 straight appearances for them. Or check that, 3 straight, 4 of the last 5. Back into United territory it goes. Saber with it. Up the left wing wall for Sabin. Cleared but not out, and it's going to be gathered back in by Kate Saber, the junior. Hornet roster made up of 10 seniors and juniors and 8 sophomores and freshmen. 6 seniors, 4 juniors, 5 sophomores, 3 freshmen. They kind of blended out there on that roster. Here's a chance to the slot. Roberts. And that's, again, into the glove hand there of Kenzie Giese as she makes a save. Mark Johnson, the head coach of the United edition. 50-50 puck off the right circle with 12:51 to go in period number 1. Back up to the line. There's a wrist shot that bounces wide. Thanks for joining us here tonight. By the way, you can check everything out at mnhockey.tv. We have tons of games for you this year. All of the Edina boys and girls home games. We have Eden Prairie boys, Minnetonka boys. We have the Edina Holiday Classic, St. Louis Park Holiday Classic, the Red Knights of Benilde St. Margaret's boys, and the Academy of Holy Angels boys and girls as well. Don't forget the Edina Hockey Association tournaments, the Cake Eater Classic, 3rd place in championship games. Total of 12 of those. Numbers will be streamed for you here from Braemar Arena coming up this weekend as well. In the offensive zone, it's United, but they're going to be turned aside by the Hornets. That's Jane Keel as they play that one ahead for Bolby. Cece Bolby with it, tried to play that one through traffic, but she was stopped on a fine defensive play by Allen. Up in the air it goes and off the ceiling as they will have a stoppage of play there. 4th game for the Hornets on the season so far. Taking a look at your top 10 coming in, Andover with 9 first-place votes at 3-0 have the top slot. Edina's 2, Blake 3, Wayzata 4, Eden Prairie 5. I guess that has a lot to say about the Lake Conference there when you have 4 of the 5 teams in that conference in the top 5. Joe Caju in here. He has his camera gear. Oh, he's going still photos. Maybe he can support one for mnhockey.tv. Attaboy will have the ride up the column. Turned over at the line. Chorski opportunistic. Topol to the slot. Backhand. Scores! Oh, what a goal there! That was Roberts, rather, that made a terrific play on that one. Look at that, inside out. She's going to walk this one to the dot, and she does a little how's she going Topol to the backhand, and Shelf juggles the water bottle, and it's 1-0 Edina. Wow, Roberts with an incredible individual effort right there. That was beautiful. Across the line they go, poked up into the neutral zone. Hornets now control with Sophia Dahl. Cross center red line, finds an opening, plays this one back in behind the net. Kylie Roberts, the goal. That'll be her first marker of the season, and she's unassisted off the turnover. Hornets again down low with a chance. Olivia Swain, that one turned aside by Giese, and that's off a stick of a United player. The puck will waddle its way into Edina territory, but not going to be enough for icing as they try to push this one up the wall with Maxwell. Now off the left wing, it's going to be Swain through center ice. In control, now she pulls it and shoots. Easy again, steers that one aside. And on it, that's going to be McHugh for United. Up the left wing boards, but cut off by the Hornets. To the line they go as they again maintain pressure and keep it on. Look out, there's some contact down low, picked off by the Hornets. That's going to be Lily Hendricks into the corner. Now it's Chorski with it. Bothered on the play. Davis. And back come the United through center. That's picked off and turned back up ice by Evelyn Adams. Oh, she cuts to the forehand. Look out. Speed, shot, and a save. That might have hit a Hornet player on the way in. That would have been Katie Davis. Now it's going to be United again as they poke this one off the boards. Edina working hard. That's going to be Annie Keel. Up front they go. And that's going to be Giese to cover that one up. She's been under siege here. Ellie Strittmatter goes for a quick sprint to the boards as she's going to try and keep it nice and loose. Thanks for joining us here once again tonight, Edina Hornets. We got a channel for each team we're covering on YouTube, so be sure to subscribe to it so you can get the updates, highlight packages, and the game live notifications as we go. Back up to the line they go with it. Adams shot. Now he's going to play that down the left wing wall instead. And they're going to cycle it to the corner. That was Cece Bolby on the play. Davis was there momentarily. That gets underneath the Hornets stick, and no ice on the play as Strittmatter will watch this one off to the right wing side. Lily Hendrickson puts on the brakes, outlets to the right wing side. Adams off the boards. Nice breakout for the Hornets, clean. Cece Bolby has it roll the stick, and look out. They blow a tire back off the right corner. Oh, there's a play for Bolby in front. Giese's there to make the save, fights it off beautifully. United will control with Allen. Plays this one back into the corner. Oh, and a collision there. Penalty coming up. We're going to get to see the power play employed here for St. Paul United as they'll take the extra attacker and go to work against the Edina Hornets. No power play? Oh, Edina's on the power play. I thought that was silly me. That changes things. Edina's power play now at 25% their first 3 games. And an interesting statistic here coming into this game, opponents have outshot the Hornets by a pretty hefty margin at 105-72. So far, that's going to change. Hoppy goes for the body check, the 2-minute minor. So 7:56 is the official time of that one. Penalty kill for United right now is at 80%. They've only had 1 game. That shot was deflected. Opportunity there by the Hornets' Hannah Chorsky, the sophomore. She'll walk out of the corner with it, works the give and go. They'll try to play this through. Giese is there to make the save. Back in behind the net. Chorsky again walks out. Try to make a move, but that was read neatly and bumped off the boards by United. Terrific play there. That was by Lucy Bond. Or rather might have been Jenna Hoops. And back into the corner they go. Gwen Hendrickson, now it's Chorsky with 1:01 to go in the power play. Back off the end boards. Hornets will run to the corner on it now. Jungles, that's Tella Jungles, back up to the line. Vivian Jungles. Got all these siblings on the rosters. You got to work first and last on everybody. It's a family affair here in Edina. Back up to the line it goes with Uline. Mallory Uline has been a mainstay on this Hornet roster. Out front they go. It's going to be picked off by Hoops as she goes glassing out. Hornets will regroup with 32 to go in the power play. Edina player, that's Davis down at the line, quickly gets herself back, gathered up. Now the Hornets will control with it. Keel, short side through the slot area. That misses everybody as that was Vivian Jungles. That was open. Here come United back the other way. Nice job defensively by Cece Bolby to break that one up. Stole that right from McHugh's stick. Back into the corner, it's Bolby again with 5 to go in the power play. 7:06 to go in the period. Hornets now back up to the line. There's a pass that's played back down to the corner. Bolby is there. 5-on-5. United in their own zone now as they maintain possession and grab it. That's Karen with it. As they find an opening, they're just going to alleviate the pressure and work at the length of the ice and get the change with 6:49 to go in period number 1. Hornets now again in possession. Jane Keel with it. Back into the corner. A little help now with Lucy Bolby, the junior. Bolby fights off a stick check out of the corner. Nice body position there as she's watched closely on the play by Hoops. A little help now for Jane Keel to come in as well. And back at center ice it goes. The Hornets will control and turn. Adams left wing pass across the line. Roberts has 1. She sees maybe 2, but no. Say the United addition as they find an opening, and back into Hornet territory it goes. It's going to be Lily Hendrickson. Her pass too far. Oh, rather, it's Roberts who steps up on it, but it's going to be picked off across the line. That's Karen with an opportunity there. She'll get it back out of the corner. Back up to the line they go. Quick slapper, it's deflected. Up off the top of the glass. Did not hit the netting as it's going to be Adams now with it. She goes down on the play. A penalty is going to be called to Norris. You'll see this one coming right up the boards here. Edina now, second power play, 0 for 1 with it so far. The zombie dance. I feel like I'm at a Golden Gopher or some sort of college football game now with this thing. I feel like I should be watching the student section bouncing what's left of it at the University of Minnesota, and yes, that was a chirp. I mean, like, good to see Joe Caju right there. All smiles behind the camera. The production crew. Jungles, outlets to the right wing side, back through center. The Hornets go with Cece Bolby across the line. She's going to set up shop off the left hash. She goes up high. That was handled there by Uline. They go up off a stick and out of play. They hit the goaltender, can't tell from here. Hornets control with Annie Keel. Back up for Uline. Touches it down to the right side for Jungles. Back for Uline again. Now Bolby takes over. Actually, that's Annie Keel with it, rather. There's a shot that hits traffic. And instead, it's going to be Vivian Jungles to take over. Back up high. Uline, a quick shot. Nice save. Giese holds her ground in front. Scores! That's what a goal scorer does. Watch this one as Vivian Jungles walks down from the right side, trolls the situation. That's really a good read there. Opened up a shooting lane. That was well done there by Uline, and bang, there it is. Vivian Jungles to bury for the Edina Hornets as she gives her team the 2-0 lead with 4:41 to go in this first period here from Braemar Arena. Girls high school hockey action coming to you live and online. This one sent back in wide of Strittmatter. That one deflects away. For Jungles, that's goal number 2 and point number 6 on the campaign. She's having a heck of a run for the Edina Hornets. Headed off to be a Golden Gopher when that time comes at the University of Minnesota. Now it's Bond with it from the corner as she's watched on the play by the Hornets' Lucy Bolby as they try to force it up the right wing wall, but United says no. To the near side it goes. It's going to be the Hornets' Haley Maxwell with it. They're going to cross at center, off the stick and sent back in deep. That was Gwen Hendrickson on the play. Down the wall to the corner it goes. Now Bond with it. Stays through a stick check there, loses an edge, and the puck's left behind. Scores! Oh, it's just a straight sniz. What a snipe there by Roberts. Her second, that thing was in and out of the net in a matter of seconds as the Hornets are rolling here at 3-0. Late in the first period with 3:38 to go in it. Wow. Not much you can do there if you're the goaltender. Edina rolling now at 3-0. Right wing on the pass for Tella Jungles. And that was nearly picked off at center ice by United. Instead across center, it's played back in by Olivia Swaim. Kylie Roberts, second of the night, second of the year. A collide off the end boards. Schumann was there. Hornets with support. Maxwell out of the zone. Left wing, too far for Swaim. Not enough to make it in for an icing call as United will put on the break. Ooh, nice little pass. Nice feed to the oncoming hoops. Forced back to the far corner are United as the Hornets will work the forecheck with Chorsky too far. Back at center ice it goes into the Edina zone. Adams takes over. Behind the net she goes. Protects the puck neatly. Gets away from one player right in front of the goal. A lot of confidence there. Tella Jungles across the line. She'll cross with Chorsky. Loses the handle. Compressor went down here at Braemar Arena. We're dry shaving it, and you can see the ice is slowing up a little bit as we work our way through the latter stages of the period. Back in down to the corner. Got to tell it like it is. I know Pat Milan wanted me to keep that a big secret, but we tell our viewers how it is here. No fake news, I guess, is what we say these days. Back up to the line they go. United with it off the boards behind the net. Schumann was on it. Ooh, here's a wraparound attempt. Strittmatter's there. Rebound. Oh, what a save by Strittmatter. She was tested. Grace Norris there on the backhand. Right out in front of the low slot area. The Hornet netminder tested and equal to the test right here. You'll see the replay coming up. As it comes out of the corner, that was a nice read there. I believe that was Schumann. Might have hit his skate. It was a nice pass on its way through. And there was a great look and a great opportunity. The great thing about these broadcasts is we'll bring the replay for you, but also I'll put it in high def so you can get them up on your smart TVs. We all have the ability to get to YouTube. That's how we put these up on YouTube so you can watch it at home. Back out front. Now it's going to be on the tape of Davis. Looks for Bowlby. Bowlby lost an edge. You can see that ice is becoming a bit problematic. Davis has spun off the puck back in behind the net. She tries to stay on it. It's almost equivalent the way it is as being on that slower, shall we say, outdoor track when it's middle of February. Still workable. Vivian Jungles gets it back. Adams scores! It's 5-0 Edina. They're rolling here at Braemar Arena. 4-0. Did I say 5? Got ahead of myself. Take a look at that. It's just a quick shot from far out. So far, Edina, you're ups for 4 with 1:05 to go in the first period. The two-time defending state champions coming off an impressive win over Blake and then Cretin-Derham Hall. Kind of went right to the frying pan to open up the season. They get Andover and Blake. Those three teams by many are the 1, 2, 3s. I mean, it's hard to argue that one. Hornets now back in behind the United net. That one was fanned out as United will take control back into the corner. Look to work this one out. Chip back up to the neutral zone. Oh, they said that one was good. That was awfully close to the line. 24 to go in the period. United with it now, back in behind their own net with Allen. She's bothered on the play. Keel, that's Jane Keel, gave them trouble. And again, they'll work this one off the right wing boards. That one behind Winkler. And the Hornets will play this one back in deep with Jane Keel. And that'll do it. The Hornets took advantage of the first period here. Came up with an impressive showing. A 4-0 lead. It was going to be Roberts with a pair of goals. To help lead her away. And we are going to step aside here, take care of some business. Got some things to talk about with Tradition Companies who are making all of this possible here from Braemar Arena. We'll be back with more right after this. We're between periods on our Minnesota high school hockey coverage and are pleased to be joined by Tradition Capital Bank's Scott Boyning. Scott's the market president for Tradition Capital Bank. And Scott, you got quite the thing going on here. Can you kind of give us an overview on Tradition Capital Bank? What is it? How many employees, future offices, or what you have for offices and future growth?
Sure. Thanks, Pete. Thanks for the opportunity. Tradition Capital Bank was a de novo bank in July of 2005. Today, 13 years later, we're about $700 million in assets, so a nice-sized bank. Main locations in Edina, Minnesota. We have a full-service bank in North Oaks, and possibly looking going to the West Metro in 2019.
Oh, really? Can you give us any nibbles of what you're thinking, or
just growing the franchise? We've got a lot of clients and referral partners out in that area, so that way we'll be able to service the entire Twin Cities metro.
Boy, that's fantastic. So you'll have all angles covered there. From your bank, I personally bank with you.
Thank you.
And I love it. It's very efficient, very impressive. The staff is great, and all of the services are fantastic for me from a business perspective. Can you tell us a little bit about what makes your bank unique?
Yeah, we really focus on the relationship banking model, which is really getting to know our clients. So we're more positioned as a private bank, which means a lot of different things to different people. But really, what we're focused on is larger relationships, less customers, more service. Kind of the old school way of doing banking. We sit down, meet with an individual, talk about themselves and their business, and how we can help them. If it's over a cup of coffee, or if it's at the bank or at their business, it's the face-to-face handshake type relationships we have. That I think in this day and age in banking kind of sets you apart with some of the big guys.
The big out-of-the-box chain type banks we've seen. But the other thing is how much has that, do you think, contributed to your future growth out to the West, and also your $750 million in assets, that type of strategy? How much has that played into it?
It's a very important part of our strategy. We're 99% referral based, so great clients like you telling other people that's the best way for us to grow. We've been organic growth from day one, hiring good people and taking care of our clients, and that's how we continue to kind of see our growth going forward.
Now, we know the economy has been soaring and the stock markets have been incredible, and it's been, for a lot of people, a good year. How has the year been for Tradition Capital Bank?
It's been another strong year. We've had about organically about $100 million of growth year over year for the last 4 years, and a lot of that is attributed to the overall economy in the Twin Cities and Minnesota market and the real estate market. Obviously, lately rates have gone up a little bit, but we still feel there's a lot of strong growth in the new housing, new construction area going into next year. But we also, we're getting larger as a bank, we're getting more diversified. So seeing businesses grow, need for capital, and with rates going up, we're also paying a little bit more on deposit rates, which correspondingly kind of can help or hurt your margin depending on how you're doing.
In terms of, we kind of touched on a little bit about word of mouth and your relationships and those kinds of things, but what is one of the things that you do beyond that, to compete with the larger big name banks that you see the signs everywhere?
Yeah, for us, it's try to make banking simple and quick turnaround. We're locally owned and operated, so we make decisions here locally really quickly. Term sheets usually within 24 hours for a loan. Deposit accounts we can set up very efficiently, very fast. Technology is a game changer. I think that's the great equalizer in banking going forward. So we continue to invest in technology to help make it easier for our clients and their businesses to do business with us.
Now, we do know that technology is part of everything, and there are some tools out there that people employ in every aspect of business. What have you done on the banking side of things to utilize that?
For us, it continues to be, I think, paramount is the security side, and we continue to make investments in security. You're seeing a lot of fraud, cybersecurity, things like that in the news. And then mobile apps, continuing to make our mobile app the best we can to make it easy, taking a picture of your check to make a deposit so you don't have to come in, moving money. We're also researching additional ways for people to be able to move money easier.
Yeah.
You've heard of Zelle and different things like that. I think you're going to continue to see that. Fintech's a big word these days, but more innovations in technology will help banks like us compete with the bigger banks. Because if you can combine the relationship plus the technology, that's really tough to beat, I think. So, kind of be a fast follower, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not? You don't need to invent the wheel, you just need to modify it.
Exactly. And that's, banks of our size, I think that's kind of the golden rule going forward is make sure you have the products and services, but combine that with the true relationship banking model.
Any last words you have for our listeners?
We'd love to help you. We're here in Edina and North Oaks. If you're looking for a locally owned, operated bank, we'd love to take the time to meet for coffee and see how we can help you.
I second that motion. Make the call. That's Scott Boyning. He's the market president from Tradition Capital Bank. And once again, they're a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
You're looking at Braemar Arena, where the Edina Hornets lead St. Paul United by a score of 4-0. Hornets have had a couple of goals from Roberts. Kylie Roberts to lead the way for their team, and they've been solid out shooting United by a 13-1 margin. Allie Strittmatter was challenged in the early going and came up big when she was needed. So we're going to take a quick break one more time. We're going to hear from did you do Tradition Capital Bank? We're going to hear from Tradition Wealth Management next. Great spot, great partner here. Edina High School hockey continues right after this.
Hockey continues right here on mnhockey.tv, along with Chad Schumacher. He's the owner of Tradition Wealth Management. I'm Pete Wagner, Between Periods. And Chad, I always enjoy these chats because you've got one heck of a juggernaut working here at Tradition Wealth Management. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Let's talk a little bit about who is Tradition Wealth Management, what you guys do, and give me a little bit of a history lesson on how all this started for you.
Great, thanks, Pete. Yeah, we've been around since 2003. One of my best friends who was in the business, Jake Annebeck, they own Tradition Companies. We played against each other. We were in high school. They were looking to branch out and get another avenue company going, and we got together, and Tradition Wealth Management's been here since 2003.
It's amazing. You guys locked horns in high school, and you still are, aren't you? With the little Lakeville South, Lakeville North action.
Correct, yeah. There is only one part of Lakeville, right? So.
Sorry. I just say who's winning the battle. I guess I don't need to go there.
Yeah,
so as far as your office is concerned, is there future growth? I mean, how many employees do you have, and where are you guys located?
Yeah, right now we have offices here in Edina, Woodbury, downtown St. Paul, and we recently opened up North Oaks, and Wayzata will be opening up in February. So we have 20 people now. We're probably going to go to 25 to maybe 30 over the next 5 years.
Look at you going to Wayzata Street, as I like to call it. Yeah. Wow, very impressive. The cash center of the West Metro. What makes Tradition Wealth Management unique, Chad?
Well, I'd say certainly our people. I mean, I got the best staff. Everybody says that, but everybody's been here, for almost 20 years. It's, being specialized in there. We really specialize that each different person has their own plan, and everybody goes through a plan. So we try to separate it. We've kind of created a private family office for people that don't need a private family office and take care of all public securities. Most of our clients have been here, 10 plus years, if not, since we've been in the business. So we feel very fortunate. And now we recently opened up our sports management division for some of the athletes that we're working for. And so, we really want to make sure we can help all those people stay on the right path as well.
So as far as the type of personnel that you have here, you touched on that a little bit earlier there. What makes them unique? What do you look for in the people that you bring in here?
Well, obviously they're going to have to have a passion. We don't want it just to be just a job. People pay us a lot of money to make sure that their monies are in good hands, that the service is impeccable, that we do nothing but have a positive attention to their accounts. We realize we're going to have ups and downs all the time, but as long as we stay consistent, we're going to tend to keep people for a long time at our firm.
Yeah, I think you guys have a unique way of reaching out. One of the things Scott Boyning said from the bank side of things, it's really big time word of mouth. And if you take care of your people, that's what happens. I'm sure that's part of what your strategy too as well is. But what else have you guys done? Can you talk on your network a little bit and how you've built that out?
Yeah, well, over the years, obviously it's a small community. Whether it's hockey or a lot of people know everybody in there. You can have a reputation for 25 years and lose it in one day. So you always got to be on top of your game. We practice what we preach. We're in the community all the time. I'm on the board of Hope Kids, which is a local charity for kids who have life-threatening illnesses. We have Tradition Pass It On. We're always out there trying to help give back.
And by giving back, so many people have benefited from that. And, I know it's from those exercises that not only myself, but others are now aware of your great company.
Yeah, no, it's been very fortunate. We're blessed to have good people not only here at Tradition Wealth Management, but all the other brands that are out there. So, a lot of the networking is just done intercompanies with our clients, and they know that they're going to get top-notch attention. And so, naturally, it's a good fit for them to be introduced to us. And it's been a very blessed place to work.
So you have a lot of growth that's going on. You're obviously opening another office out in Wayzata. How much have you seen your world here grow as far as maybe the past year or so? As obviously things are humming along pretty well. How have you guys been impacted that way?
Yeah, we're having a record year as far as the people that we're working with. There's a lot of volatility in the market. There's a lot of people selling companies. There's a lot of money in motion. We have various things that we run into all the time. There's always enough to stay busy. And, we're trying to get to $1 billion here in the next couple of years. So we have a little bit ways to go here in the next couple of years, but with I think some of these new places that we're opening up, there's plenty of people that we can help, and I know that a lot of people need the help.
Finally, how do I get a hold of you at Tradition Wealth Management?
You can call our main office line, which is 952-563-6500, and they can get a hold of you. Our website is www.traditionwealth.com, and my individual email address is chads@traditionwealth.com.
I have to say that through personal experience, this is a great organization to work with. It's very personalized. It's worth it. Give it a call. Why not? You're already on the air with us during the hockey games. Make it even better. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Pete. Appreciate it.
Once again, that's Chad Schumacher. He's the owner of Tradition Wealth Management. We'll have more action coming up for you right after this.
And we welcome you back to Braemar Arena. About a minute and a half to go before we start period number 2. Edina leads by a score of 4-0 over St. Paul United. By the way, if you haven't gotten the commemorative 25-year anniversary issue, we have the top 25 players in the history of high school hockey, girls high school hockey. We also have the top 25 players this year as well, along with an honorable mention. Some Hornets are peppered in this one. You've got Cece Bolby. She's the senior from Edina, headed off to Dartmouth. She had herself a really sturdy 57-point campaign last year. Tella Jungles as well, headed off to the University of Minnesota. 21 points, or 21 points for her, rather, last year, as she is a junior. And Annie Keel is on the list as well. The top 25 coming up this year from Edina, headed off to Princeton. She had herself a 42-point season, a very balanced 21 goals and 21 assists. Also making the list for the Hornets was Hannah Chorsky, sophomore, committed to Harvard University. And with Harvard, you can't really give that up as much. They like to keep it a little bit more on the down low, if you will. And the list also includes Haley Blinkhorn from Hill Murray, Kate Boland from Northfield, Addie Burton out of Blake. She's joined by Izzy Daniel from Blake, and Lily Dilianitis. Abigail Della Rosa from White Bear Lake. White Bear Lake's Kayla Frank is on the list. Peyton Hemp, the sophomore from Andover, is on the list. Kelsey King from Elk River Zimmerman. Caitlin Kotlowski from War Road of the Warriors is on the list. Kaylee Langfelds from Minnetonka. Her brother Keegan plays at Eden Prairie. Manon McMahon from Maple Grove is on the list. She's headed to the University of Minnesota Duluth. Olivia Mobley from Breck. Maggie Nicholson from Minnetonka. She'll be a Gopher coming up. She's a junior. Ramsey Parent out of Blaine, Minnesota. She's going to the Ohio State. Sadie Pert from Grand Rapids Greenway. Addie Scribner from Eastridge. Sydney Sheeran from White Bear Lake. Annika Staskoff from Roseau. Audrey Wethington, Maddie Wethington, or Madeline Wethington, we have her officially listed here, and Emily Wisniewski out of Wayzata are all on the list of top 25 players. It's a great commemorative issue. Can maybe still get it. If not, there's a hooking penalty coming up. They got to stick inside on a Hornet player there. And we'll get to see the Hornets work the power play yet again here from Braemar Arena. Oh, it's a Hornet. I'm not getting anything right here with these things. Chorsey's going to go from the hook. It looked to me like a Hornet player got tugged. Was I wrong? John Sands, our director? Was I wrong? Did the replay show that? Too late now. Face-off win by United, looking to get back on the board here as they trail by 4. Strip Matter steers to the far corner as it's going to be United in their red, white, and blue unis. They look up to the line. Killian, they'll gather in, shot that's blocked and sent the length of the ice as Giese will be there to set up off to her right. Keep in mind, we mentioned the ice was a little bit soft, shall we say, and there's some standing water on there. The puck is starting to stand still a little bit. That, you know, I saw they put some water down. They know what the temperature is. They know what they're doing here. But see, that puck just died right there. It's going to make things interesting here, as that one's up off a hand in the penalty box area. You can see the ice almost, what I would say, glistening on your screen. Got to be careful out here not to lose an edge. Really gutty. I just saw Tom Morris from Timo Photo. He reached down with his hand over the boards. He's got the helmet on, taking pictures. There's like nobody better. There's that ice again. Just kind of held that puck up. That was a collision. The Hornets will clear at the length of the ice. Guys, he sets that one back in behind the net. One Hornet, two United players do battle behind the net. Those Telejungles there. Played back up to the neutral zone. Hornets will swat that away. As it's going to be United again with 25 to go in the power play. Penalty coming up is brought down on the play was Sabin of United. And to the penalty box for Edina goes Telejungles, the junior. That one you would say really no doubt about it. Or if you're in Canada, what is that? No do to boot it? Love it. From the slot, that one off the glove. That might have hit Strittmatter on her way in. Off the glass. 5-on-3 now for 10 seconds. Blocked down low. There's a shot that's pushed toward the net area, but that's blocked away. Hornets now with 2 to go will be down 1. They are as United works it to the near side. Back up to line. Chorsty's going to hustle to the bench. They're going to take their chances. Now Uline comes away with it. Check that. That was Roberts. In front they go. Strittmatter. Nice job to get the pillow down off the right side. Big chance there by United. Hornets will flip that one back into St. Paul United territory with 14-16 to go. Near side it goes. Killian plays that one around to the right wing side. Off the stick there. It was Karen who tried to find a player up the middle. And now United with it. Across the line with Hoppy. Looks for Karen. Left wing side. She's bumped on the play. Heavy hit there by the Hornets. Bolby. Fans love it. Across the line. Edina with it in control. Shorthanded for another 42. Bolby just misses the near side of the net. Bolby now looks up high. That one fails to click. No icing on the play. Back the other way it goes. The Hornets now with Hendrickson. She'll let that one go as it's played off the boards by the Hornets defense. That play there made by Haley Maxwell. To the near side now, it's going to be handled by Hoops. As Hoops will play this one back to the far corner. Killian was there. Back at center, that's off the stick of Hendrickson. Now she plays to Maxwell, who neatly touches it back across the line. Chorsky, nifty play. Here she comes down low. That ice held it up. Great poke check by the ice there. Now it's going to be United. We're full strength 5-on-5. Turning this one back up is the Hornets. It's going to be Telejungles. Oh, and she let just a bullet go, missed the mark. She's a buzzsaw. Chorsky from behind the net looks out front. That one's too far, and it's going to be played back into the corner by Dahl. Chorsky takes that one away, walks out of the corner in front, redirect. That one off the stick of Jungles, and from the corner it's going to be Winkler. They look to force that one out front. Jungles is brought down, and now it's going to be United back out of the zone. On it, that's going to be Sabin. Stopped by Chorsky. They're going to regroup now. It's going to be Saber with it. Finds an oncoming player. Turned back up ice. That was Wingus with it. Now it's going to be Chorsky one-on-one across the line. Try to go inside out. Chorsky comes back away with it. Looks to protect the puck. She runs into her own player. And down in a heap goes Edina's Gwen Hendrickson. Shaken up on the play. Hendrickson's glad that Chorsky's her teammate. I can tell you that much. That one's deflected back toward the goal mouth area as it's going to be the Hornets with it back in behind the net. Dahl with it. Off the boards to center. That's going to be handled now by the defense with McHugh. Down goes an Edina player. And that's going to be Roberts, who's tripped up, and it's going to be a power play for the Hornets. That'll be their third of the contest. McHugh goes for a minor for tripping. 11:36 to go in the second period. United had a pair of power plays that resulted in a 5-on-3. They were held off the board by the Hornet PK. Keel with the face-off, gets it over for Cece Bolby. Back up to Uline. Oh, they had a player in front. Nice feed by Vivian Jungles. Just missed. Uline again, top of the umbrella. Deflection. Ooh, Giese gets a pad on that. Enough of it to deflect it wide. Lost her sight on it for a moment. Now Vivian Jungles plays back from Uline. Over to Cece Bolby. Jungles is open. Gathers. Oh, scores. Oh, that was textbook. What a beautiful goal. Watch his pass. Uline. It goes Bolby, Uline, back to Bolby. And they go back door to Jungles. She even had enough time to gather it in. You'll see this when she gets the pass. Instead of just waited and then the goaltender went down, had a lot of confidence in her ability to put that puck upstairs. And she did a great job there to give the Hornets now the 5-0 lead. That one a power play marker. Now it's going to be Chorsky across the line. Oh, nifty play there. Chorsky back door, oncoming, and stopped by Giese. Let's take a look at that one on the replay. Chorsky, then it was Tella Jungles. Watch this little play. Hannah Chorsky works it wide, draws in the defense, and then goes right through the legs. Terrific setup there. 5:53 is the official time on that goal for the Hornets. They'll work the circle. Swaim walks right in, scores as she gives her club the 6-0 lead. Swaim walked all the way to the top of the circle to the slot, got a shooting angle, and she took care of the rest. See, there's Swaim right there out of the corner. You'll see her walk it to the top of the circle, hold the puck, and then let her go. And that one finds the back of the net. The Hornets now lead 6-0 with 10:35 to go in the second period. Tonight's coverage presented by Tradition Companies. You can check them out at traditionco.com. They got everything you need from home building to mortgages, title company, wealth management, Capital Bank. I mean, what else do you need? Gemini Athletic Wear, get your apparel for your club. It's not too late right now. That's GeminiAthleticWear.com. We'll be adding more sponsors to Edina High School hockey coverage in the coming days and weeks. We'll have it all, high school hockey games from home for Edina girls and boys here at MNHockey.tv. John Sands is your producer. Todd Grover on the camera. Yours truly, Pete Wagner. We got Joe Caju working the photo images. He's got some great gear. I've never seen his work. We'll find out what it looks like on MNHockey.tv, if it's passable. If it's not, I'm just going to bail on him and go to Tom Morris, Timo, the pro. So there's no pressure. Maxwell, her shot's deflected. McHugh was there. And the Hornets try to play this one into the corner. Cece Bolby plays that one up to the line. That's Maxwell with it. Misses the mark. Now Cece Bolby again. Maxwell. Oh, finds Bolby, high slot. That hits a player on its way in. Nice job with the stick there by Lucy Bolby to come away with it. Left circle, traffic. Ooh, she had her sister, Cece, wide open in the slot area. Just missed the mark. Rink wide it goes. Gathered in and handled by Lucy Bolby. Top of the circle, off the side of the net. She'll get her own puck back. Bolby now. Nice job by Davis to make the play. There's a shot that's deflected off the stick of McHugh of United. They're going to send that back into the Edina zone. I don't think it's going to have enough juice to make it. They're going to have to regroup with Haley Maxwell. She looks up off the right boards at the line. They try to play it through center. Down goes a Hornet player. They're going to let him play on. United poked off the stick there. That was on Winkler's stick, albeit momentarily. Now they find Davis across the line. She misses the mark with a quick shot. And out of the corner, that one off the boards with the look by Annie Keel. That gets away from Davis, back into the corner it goes. Pinch down. And back out of the zone they go. United in control across the line. Oh, they had a late player there that's deflected off the sprawling defense. The Hornets have committed to the defensive zone coverage. That's the second block shot I've seen of the night. Ooh, check coming up. Was that a board, a cross check, or a check? We'll see. That one's going to go on Katie Saber. Got her for a cross check. So once again, we get to employ the Edina power play and put it to work. The face-off will be to the right of Kenzie Giese, the senior from St. Paul United, as the Hornets lead 6-0, 7:40 to go. The power play, their fourth now of the game. They're 1 for 3 with it. Chorsky from the corner. She's going to leave off. Gets a little bit of help there from Hendrickson. Here's Hendrickson again. Gwen Hendrickson walks the line, looks up high. And the Hornets control from the left point as they're going to walk this one down to the corner. Gwen Hendrickson now, back up high they go. Maxwell with it. Gets it back again. Her shot's blocked. Adams comes away with it, finds a shooting lane again. That deflection misses the mark. Tella Jungles was there. Chorsky short side attempt, misses the mark. Jungles again, turns away, back in behind the net they go with it. It's going to be Gwen Hendrickson for Chorsky. Wisely hangs out. Feeds a pass to the low slot area, just missed the mark. And sent the length of the ice. Nice defensive play there by Sammy Sabin. Strip Matter plays it off the board, 6:40 to go. Look out, there's an opportunity, high slot. Shorty, no. That one's blocked again by the Hornet defense. It's been the story of the game defensively for the Edina Hornets thus far. Davis bothered on the play. Chorsky gets a stick in. Now Davis again looks back up to the line. They're going to load this one up. There's a wrister steered off the glass. Nice save there. Edina controls again. Keel with 25 to go in the power play. Protects the puck and leaves that one up to the line for Uline. Misses the mark. Vivian Jungles. Uline again. Veteran. Her shot's blocked. Gets it back. Now Cece Bowlby takes over, top of the left circle. Her snapper hits Davis in front. She comes away with it. Even strength now. As United just content to throw it to center. As the Hornets will take that one across the line with Uline and offside the call. Coming up between the second and third period, we're going to be joined by Tim Kolamainen from Breakdown Sports USA. We're going to talk some hockey. We'll try to get a hold of him. I got that set up. He said anytime after 8:15. It looks like we're going to be potentially within that wheelhouse. 8:15 to 8:45. Icing the call, back into United territory we go. Edina maintaining the 6-0 lead. Sitting at 2-1 on the season, entering this game. Looking sharp here tonight. Jane Keel. Nice nifty job there by Hoppy to control the puck. Back off the boards. Allen was there. Hornets with a busy stick at center ice with Adams. They're going to regroup in their own zone. Happy Thanksgiving to all. Always a fun week of the year. Thankful for a lot of things and glad we can be doing these games for you among others. Lucy Bowlby's pass, rink wide of the mark. Allen was there, kicked toward the goal mouth area. Killian tries to ring the boards, but the Hornets will pinch. It's Adams with a nice play. Hoppy back up at center ice. Gathered in now by Allen. Rink wide it goes. He'll walk this one down the line. And it's going to be Adams to control for the Hornets of Edina, back in behind the net. Gets a little bit of help from Lily Hendrickson. Off the right wing on the outlet. Too far. And now it's going to be United to regroup behind their own end. Peeling that off the wall with Sabin. Center now on the move. They go with Hoops. Hoops has to regroup as they're offside. She's going to try and race through center. Can't. Nice job to regroup. Good possession by United. Textbook there off the stick, and that's Schumann with it to the corner. Schumann watched on the play by Dahl, and back in behind the net it goes with 3 minutes and 41 seconds to go in the second period. That one gets underneath the defense. No ice on the play. United now will have to hurry because Chorsky was watching her player. That was Saber. Nifty play there. Swaim. Chorsky wanted it. Blocked but didn't get through. Swaim finds it back. She was looking to feed a pass up to the line, but fanned on that. That's fortunate because Sabin was there to maybe poke it away and have an opportunity. Chorsky loads it up. Off the glass it goes. The carom to the line for Dahl. She protects and plays this one back into the corner. Hornets control again with Swaim. Swaim for Chorsky. Pokes at that one, and that one gets away from Dahl. Yeah, she'll get some help back the other way with Maxwell. Maxwell winds it up. Now at 2 minutes and 52 seconds to go. Back around it goes. United in control as they look up ice. And it's going to be on the stick and handled now by St. Paul United. That's Grace Norris. Sent in deep by Riley Winkler, the senior. Uline was there for the Hornets. Now from the left wing side, chipped ahead by Jane Keel. Davis races up the left wing side. She's got some wheels. Down she goes. Poke back to the right side of the net. Davis hounds the defense. Now it's Cece Bolby. She comes away with a nice little play to the backhand. Try to finesse that one in toward the goal mouth area. As it's Davis back in behind. Annie Keel is there. To the corner it goes. Winkler comes away with it. Cece Bolby reads it, and they're going to play this one off a Hornet stick. Will it make it enough for an icing? Takes a carom, and to the corner it goes, as Vivian Jungles was there. 1:57 to go in the period. Coming up next for the Edina Hornets, they have a game, a little trip to Duluth on the 23rd and 24th of this month. They'll be taking on Duluth on the 23rd and Proctor Hermantown on the 24th, and they'll return home. We'll have that one for you right here, the MNHockey.tv, on the Edina Girls YouTube channel. That one will be December 1st. For United, they head to Minneapolis on the 27th of November, and then they'll take on East Grand Forks at home in historic Drake Arena on the 30th of November, and then Duluth Marshall comes in for a dance on the 1st of December. United plays this one back in behind the Edina net. Allen was there. Hornets come away with it. They get away from one skater on the play. That was Gwen Hendrickson. Left wing on the outlet. Try to pull the puck through traffic with Kylie Roberts. You know, it's always tough when you cover a team for a while. You're used to seeing Fiddler. Ooh, they could have had too many there. Off the crossbar. Look out, down goes an Edina player. That was clearly a nice trip up there. Under a minute to play now with 47 to go. Chorsky looks out front. And now it's going to be on the stick of Swaim, who turns away from traffic. Plays this one back in behind. That's too far for Gwen Hendrickson. And on the stick of Adams, look out. Poked, but she comes away with it. Now it's going to be Swaim across the line. Chorsky to the corner off the right side. Watched on the play, spun off the puck. Nice defensive posture there by the defense of United. I believe that was Eleanor Wingus that made that play. She's got the jersey tucked in. Can't quite read the number on the sleeve either. Doing our best. Back out of the zone they go with it. That's Bond, and that does it for the period. The Hornets roll. Through two periods, they score 4 in the first, 2 here in the second. They take a 6-0 lead. We're going to have a running time third period coming up for you here from Braemar Arena. We're going to hear from our sponsors real quick right now, and then we're going to check in with our very own Tim Kolamainen if I can get a hold of him. You're watching high school hockey at mnhockey.tv.
We're between periods on our Minnesota high school hockey coverage and are pleased to be joined by Tradition Capital Bank's Scott Boyning. Scott's the market president for Tradition Capital Bank. And Scott, you got quite the thing going on here. Can you kind of give us an overview on Tradition Capital Bank? What is it? How many employees, future offices, or what you have for offices and future growth?
Sure. Thanks, Pete. Thanks for the opportunity. Tradition Capital Bank was a de novo bank in July of 2005. Today, 13 years later, we're about $700 million in assets, so a nice-sized bank. Main locations in Edina, Minnesota. We have a full-service bank in North Oaks, and possibly looking going to the West Metro in 2019.
Oh, really? Can you give us any nibbles of what you're thinking, or
just growing the franchise? We've got a lot of clients and referral partners out in that area, so that we will be able to service the entire Twin Cities metro.
Boy, that's fantastic. So you'll have all angles covered there. From your bank, I personally bank with you.
Thank you.
And I love it. It's very efficient, very impressive. The staff is great, and all of the services are fantastic for me from a business perspective. Can you tell us a little bit about what makes your bank unique?
Yeah, we really focus on the relationship banking model, which is really getting to know our clients. So we're more positioned as a private bank, which means a lot of different things to different people, but really what we're focused on is larger relationships, less customers, more service. Kind of the old school way of doing banking. We sit down, meet with an individual, talk about themselves and their business and how we can help them. If it's over a cup of coffee or if it's at the bank or at their business, it's the face-to-face handshake type relationships we have. That I think in this day and age in banking kind of sets you apart with some of the big guys.
The big out-of-the-box chain type banks we've seen. But the other thing is how much has that, do you think, contributed to your future growth out to the West, and also your $750 million in assets, that type of strategy? How much has that played into it?
It's a very important part of our strategy. We're 99% referral based, so great clients like you telling other people that's the best way for us to grow. We've been organic growth from day one, hiring good people and taking care of our clients, and that's how we continue to kind of see our growth going forward.
Now, we know the economy has been soaring and the stock markets have been incredible, and it's been, for a lot of people, a good year. How has the year been for Tradition Capital Bank?
It's been another strong year. We've had about organically about $100 million of growth year over year for the last 4 years, and a lot of that is attributed to the overall economy in the Twin Cities and Minnesota market and the real estate market. Obviously, lately rates have gone up a little bit, but we still feel there's a lot of strong growth in the new housing, new construction area going into next year. But we also, we're getting larger as a bank, we're getting more diversified. So seeing businesses grow, need for capital, and with rates going up, we're also paying a little bit more on deposit rates, which correspondingly kind of can help or hurt your margin depending on how you're doing.
In terms of, we kind of touched on a little bit about word of mouth and your relationships and those kinds of things, but what is one of the things that you do to, beyond that, to compete with the larger big name banks that you see the signs everywhere?
Yeah, for us, it's try to make banking simple and quick turnaround. We're locally owned and operated, so we make decisions here locally really quickly. Term sheets usually within 24 hours for a loan. Deposit accounts we can set up very efficiently, very fast. Technology is a game changer. I think that's the great equalizer in banking going forward. So we continue to invest in technology to help make it easier for our clients and their businesses to do business with us.
Now, we do know that technology is part of everything, and there are some tools out there that people employ in every aspect of business. What have you done on the banking side of things to utilize that?
For us, it continues to be, I think, paramount is the security side, and we continue to make investments in security. You're seeing a lot of fraud, cybersecurity, things like that in the news. And then mobile apps, continuing to make our mobile app the best we can to make it easy, taking a picture of your check to make a deposit so you don't have to come in, moving money. We're also researching additional ways for people to be able to move money easier.
Yeah.
You've heard of Zelle and different things like that. I think you're going to continue to see that. Fintech's a big word these days, but more innovations in technology will help banks like us compete with the bigger banks. Because if you can combine the relationship plus the technology, that's really tough to beat, I think. So, kind of be a fast follower, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not? You don't need to invent the wheel, you just need to modify it.
Exactly. And that's, banks of our size, I think that's kind of the golden rule going forward is make sure you have the products and services, but combine that with the true relationship banking model.
Any last words you have for our listeners?
We'd love to help you. We're here in Edina and North Oaks. If you're looking for a locally owned, operated bank, we'd love to take the time to meet for coffee and see how we can help you.
I second that motion. Make the call. That's Scott Boyning. He's the market president from Tradition Capital Bank. And once again, they're a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
And we welcome you back to Braemar Arena. Edina leads by a score of 6-0. Tim Kolamainen joins us from a rink somewhere in the state of Minnesota. Tim, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great. I'm at the Moorhead Youth Rink, and I don't know if you can hear it in the background, but it looks like the Bantams right on the other side of the glass from here, banging each other around, doing a little checking drill right now.
Oh, I love it. So, getting dirty.
Yeah, so if you hear any bangs, that's what we got going on here.
This is so good. Yeah, I mean, we should pick up our game a little bit, and John Sands, we work on this, our director. We need to be Skyping you in. We have the split screen. From where
oh, nice. And we could play a game. We could do one of those. Where in the world is where in the state of Minnesota is Tim now at a rink, right?
So you're in Moorhead, though, right? Your daughters have some hockey?
I am in Moorhead. Yep. I got to be on the ice in about 45 minutes coaching. So
John Sands, of course, is our director, and Tim Kolamainen says hello to you, John, and I'm sure John says hi back. So, a couple things I want to talk about. Obviously, you've got the Breakdown Sports USA book that you can get at breakdownsportsusa.com. And you go online, you can pick that up. It's a great preseason season preview of some awesome stuff. And what are some of the things that you took away coming into this high school season as you put that book together? What are the trends you're seeing for the 2018-19 campaign?
Before I say that, can I put in a plug? I know you're at a girls hockey game right now. We've done the boys hockey breakdown book for 11 years, and this year we did the first ever girls hockey book. So the inaugural issue there with Maddie Weddington on the cover, probably not a surprise to most people. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about bringing girls hockey, that same coverage that we've been doing with the boys.
So it took a little bit. It's not your first year of doing the girls book because you didn't want to. I mean, you had to go through some political hurdles actually to do this. Right?
And that probably comes as no surprise to anybody, any parent, any kid that knows anything about hockey, right? I mean, hockey's a political game. You got to play the game, and it took a while, but I'm glad we're there. I'm glad we got it going, and it's off the ground. And now that it's out here, people are going to start seeing it around. I'm actually coaching with a girl from Andover. She's a Concordia College student up here. She played for Andover. And she's the head coach on this team, and her sister is one of the coaches. And she showed me a picture on her phone that her sister sent her of her on the bench at last year's state tournament coaching for Andover. So,
wow.
I'm kind of excited it's getting around there. I brought a copy today to the arena to show her because I was telling her about it, but I said, well, you really need to see it in order to get what I'm talking about. You think, magazine, maybe it's a couple dozen pages, whatever. No, it's 144 pages. It's all color. It's got every team in the state, at least something on every team in the state.
Yeah.
Several hundred of the top kids we're profiling in there. Just all kinds of fun stuff. Actually, you've got your game going on there right now, St. Paul United. Catherine Karen, one of the players for St. Paul United, one of their top players. I was on the phone with her mom today because she was ordering a couple of books because she is featured on one of those full-page Q&As in there.
Yeah, so she obviously had a great campaign for United last year. and comes back this year. And I believe she is headed off to play at, is it Princeton? I think it might be Princeton.
I believe so. Yeah, I think you're
I'm going
right.
with that. Yeah, I think it's Princeton.
I'm feeling kind of political here, though. You asked me a question, and I still haven't answered it. I kind of sidetracked and went on a different track.
Yeah, I know.
There,
I basically asked you what your takeaway on the it is Princeton for Karen. So I'll let you off the hook there. But
I can give you something.
Yeah, please.
Let me give you one thing, and this is just a real broad, general overall. I didn't nothing specific. But the one thing I noticed after getting back into the girls hockey scene is how much better, top to bottom, all these teams are. Back when I played, there wasn't even girls hockey, but we had a couple of girls, try out at the Bantam teams in Duluth when I was there and that sort of thing. And that was really the only way they could play is to play with the boys. And then they kind of kicked off, 25 years ago, kicked off girls high school hockey. And, it was definitely dominated by a handful of really top-shelf girls. And you kind of saw that. But the thing that's happened over these 25 years is, like you said, through training, through, all this that's going on right now, nutrition, weight training, getting these girls' programs off the ground, you can see top to bottom, all these teams are much better top to bottom than they used to be. You still have some of those top-shelf kids. I mentioned Maddie Weddington as one, clearly. But, your third line, the girls playing third line are just as good as any of, 25 years ago, some of those first-line players on those top teams.
Let's Play Hockey has produced the 25 all-time top players that have played girls high school hockey to commemorate the 25-year anniversary. And they started with number 25, Bethany Brazen from Roseville Area High School, class of 2010. Then they come in with number 24, Megan Pizon from Eden Prairie High School. She was incredible there, Ms. Hockey finalist, number 24. Number 23 was Kelly Sealer of Eden Prairie from 2008. How about this? Coming in at number 22 is perennial Olympian and legend Jenny Schmigdahl-Potter from Edina at 1998. And then you go to Rachel Ramsey in at number 21 for Minnetonka, class of 2013. They're only releasing 5 at a time. But my goodness, you have that kind of a list from 25 to 21. What in the world is 20 to 16 going to look like?
That's what I'm wondering. I'm going to go Jenny Potter there at, what'd you say, at 21 or 22?
Yeah.
I actually, when I was living in Roseville, they had open hockey in the afternoons, kind of a lunchtime open hockey. And she happened to show up one day when I was at that. And so I got to actually play against her. And she absolutely schooled me. I mean, it wasn't even funny. I had nothing.
Well, why am I not surprised?
No, if you've ever seen me skate, I'm not a bad skater, don't get me wrong, but yeah,
well,
he was another level entirely.
I mean,
there's no doubt.
We're each like 70 years old now, and I'm not to belittle that, but no, I'm just kidding. Getting on the ice and getting schooled is nothing to be embarrassed of. You're no spring chicken anymore, Tim. But you know what? You do ride the bike, though.
This was 15 years ago, man. I was still young 15 years ago.
Okay, well, then you have no excuses. So we've had ourselves one heck of a hockey game here. It's 6-0 Edina, as they have showed their depth. And what's interesting about the way this Edina team is structured and built, I talked about this earlier on in the game. They've got 6 seniors, 4 juniors, 5 sophomores, and 3 freshmen. And, the mix from seniors and juniors to sophomores and freshmen is about the same. 10 seniors and juniors, 8 sophomores and freshmen. So the balance here on this team is quite impressive.
It is. And I think we talked about them in the preseason on our podcast. And we mentioned that, there might be a couple of losses early for that team as they, as some of those young kids get experience. I don't know, players like Vivian Jungles, I don't know how much experience she needs. She kind of just stepped right in. But still, because of that balance and because of the talent that they have top to bottom, they're going to be, we've got them ranked top 3, and it would not be any surprise to see them three-peat this February.
I think it's fair to say that when it comes to the high school season, it's nobody's to run the table, I don't think. I think it's going to be really up there. There's what we think about 3, 4, 5 teams that, among others, that have legitimate shots at staking claim. But you know what? Hornets are 2-time defending champions. Their coach has been absolutely terrific, And they're going to have to find a way. Tim, we got to run. We're going to get ready to drop the puck. I'm thinking about putting together a pod tomorrow for Hawk Dish that you can find here at mnhockey.tv. I'd love to do some high school boys preview action with you. Would you be available tomorrow?
Count me in. I'll either be home or I'll be in the car on the way to Duluth, and if I am...
All right, I'll call you. I'll call you. Be ready. All right, Tim, appreciate it.
Thank you, boys.
That was Tim Kolamainen from BreakdownSportsUSA.com. It's the first time I've ever done that in a hockey game. Brought in a guest on the phone call. It actually kind of worked pretty well. That's a little flavor what we do on our Hawk Dish podcasts. We kind of like to mix it up a little bit. So it'll be running time here for the third period with the Hornets moving from right to left across your screen. Certainly hope you've got the smart TVs loaded up with this one. We've got a good one here from Braemar Arena. If not, devices work just well too as well. Hornets out of the zone but turned back as Lily Hendrickson to the near side. She goes for Evelyn Adams. Adams now ahead for Swaim. Swaim had that big goal out of the corner. She walked right to the top of the right circle and unleashed one. Some fury. Lucy Bowlby, nice little move. Tries to cut to the slot area. There's going to be a penalty. Bowlby draws it. Be played back in the corner by Davis. And there it is, whistle down. You'll probably get to see a look at this one on the replay. Here's Bowlby cutting right into the middle. Spun right off the puck there. So to the box goes Kate Saber. That's her second infraction of the game. So it's a 2-minute minor for Saber. They're going official 2 minutes even on that penalty. Bernhard Jaworski, good to see he's jumped on board. I love that guy. Hill Marie Pioneers. Winter is upon us. We're doing some hockey, and we're not doing just a beauty league. Had a blast of that here from this very venue this summer. Hopefully we're doing it again next year. We're working on some World Club basketball stuff too. Hopefully we can get that squared away for you as well, and maybe some fishing. I don't know, it's multifaceted here with the production company. In on goal, they've got Bridget Emerson now, the junior in goal. She slides from right to left and makes a nice save there. Edina's best period of the year coming into this game was the second, where they had scored 7 goals. They now have 9 on the season. They have 7 in the first, 3 in the third. Look at Emerson's stop right there. Todd Grover, cameraman extraordinaire. We got a big schedule coming up this weekend, 12 games. We'll have streaming for you. Spun off the puck. And now the Hornets will have a penalty. That's Dahl who's going to go. You'll take a look at this one here. Comes up on the near boards, and she just steps right into her player after the turnover here. There it is. Next game, John Sands, I'm going to want you to monitor the chat so we can have some fun with that. Face-off win 4-on-4 now for 5 seconds. The Hornets will have a power play. Swaim has stood up, wants the call, and they say no. Now it's going to be Karen with it. Things getting physical here in the neutral zone. Swaim comes away with it. 12:45 to go. United will have the power play now for 1:35. Remember, the clock keeps running. The Hornets now content to play that into the neutral zone. That's Lily Hendrickson. Plays that back in behind. McHugh is there for United. She'll work it out of the zone. Hornets read that like a book. It's Lucy Bowlby with it to the left wing side that misses the mark. Hoops is there for United. Runs up the left wing rail, watched by Chorsky. Hoops again, lifts this one back up high to her own line. United now with 1:05 of power play time. Into the corner they go with it. That was Killian with it. Strittmatter makes the save. And they get all over Sabin, who was in front on Strittmatter. They didn't want anything going there. Vivian Jungles up through the neutral zone it goes. No icing on the play. Killian to the right of Emerson in the United zone. 20 to go in the power play for St. Paul. Vivian Jungles gives off to Uline to the right side. Now it's Jungles again with it. Back over to Uline. Didn't like what she had as Karen turns her aside. Jungles controls. Nice patience on the Hornets. They're now at full strength. That was a penalty kill there. Looked like they're regrouping for power play. Chorsky in on goal. That one misses the mark. Back up to the line it goes for Schumann. 10:50 to go in the third period and counting. In on goal. And the glove hand save. Emerson, you'll see that right there, threw a screen a bit there, had traffic coming her way, stayed firm on the puck. And we face off to her right. Oh, they score! Where did that one come from? Off the draw. And it's now 7-0 Edina. Look at that blast. Going down on the play was Davis. Wow. How about that? 7-0 Hornet lead. Very comfortable here from Braemar Arena. Hornets will regroup. Mallory, your line is here. I think I'm supposed to send a shout out to Hannah Chorsky's grandmother watching on from New Jersey. Tom was going to give me a name so I could sound learned, but I don't know. So if you're watching, hello, a big Devils fan, love the NHL as we all do. Love that you love the Devils, and are a Hornet fan as well. So we're always good with the shout outs here. So I think I got Tom in a little bit of trouble because he didn't text me the details. From the left wing side they go. C.C. Bowlby plays out to the corner. Emerson had the pillows down just in case. We have boys action coming up next week. It's going to be Benilde St. Margaret's. The up-and-coming Red Knight team really good this year. Look out for them and a big collision in the corner. And now it's going to be United. Pinching down off the point was Uline. It's going to be played in front of the Edina bench, and it's going to be Vivian Jungles away with it. Her pass is deflected off the stick there of Roberts. Wrong side of the checkered. Back into the Edina zone it goes. Quit clapping your hands, John. You're not a fan, you're a producer. The guy's clapping his hands like he's a fan. I didn't have the ice mic up for the first 10 minutes of this period. Is that okay? You can't even tell the difference, can you? Turned away from traffic on that play is Maxwell. Oh, wow. Ticky-tack here from Braemar Arena. Holding will be the call. Maxwell to the bench. holding the stick. Yeah, absolutely, I like it. That one up off the glass. Hornets power play, or check that. United power play. Puck is controlled now by Swaim as she plays this one back in behind the net. That's going to be cut off by Emerson. Played to the near boards by Lucy Bond. And back out of the zone. Nice little play through center. 1:20 to go in the power play. Right wing side, stick handling to the corner is Hoops. She'll control. Hangs onto it, looks up to the point. United, near side. Backdoor, they try to find a player. There's Swaim to come away with it. Look out, into the bench area goes, up and out of play. That's as good as getting it deep if the clock's still running. Karen off the draw. Controlled now down low by the United. Off the skate of Chorsky, and she's going to go foot race to the far end. Saber gets there. She better hurry as she does as she rims the boards. Oh, nice pass there. Picked off. That shot by Adams. She couldn't release it, and it's played off the boards. Down in a heap goes Lily Hendrickson. In on goal, it's Strickmatter to make the save. And that'll do it for the power play for the United, as the Hornets will have to just take the face off, and they'll get their 5th attacker on the ice. Now it's United off the face-off in center. Killian had it. Gets it back. Look out. Davis comes away with it. Killian cuts her off. Nice job at the line as they keep the puck wide. United in control with Killian. Looks ahead. On the tape for Bond. Left wing side across the line. It's going to be Allen. Shot stick save. Strickmatter steered to the near boards. Off the skates of Annie Keel. And now it's going to be played to the near side. Bond was there. Now the Hornets come back away with it. Cece Bowlby gains. Ooh, nice little quick stick handle inside out. Bowlby walks and shoots. She wanted the high shelf. Got the glass instead. Nice look, though. Great deceptive moves and acceleration. By the way, the ice is doing real well. Now there's Bowlby's shot to save. Covered. Emerson, nice job to shut the door. The ice is setting up much better in the majority or most spots of it. It's coming back well. No longer the issue that it was in period number 1 and period number 2. Hornets play this one deep in back behind the net. Sophia Dahl was there. It'll be gathered in once again by United to try to clear the zone. They can't. That's going to be Maxwell that slapped that one back in behind the net now. Picked off. And going down on the play was Lucy Bowlby as she made that pick off and nearly pulled the trigger. Look out. Here's a chance. The slot area saved by Emerson. Puck's loose. Still loose. Oh, and they get it out of the zone. Quick mitts there. United now with it. Back across the line. That's Hoops. Her shot was blocked and played to center by Maxwell. Now it's Bowlby across the line. Lucy Bowlby. Ooh, she's wedged on the play, and they're going to have a check coming up. She went down heavy on that play. And it'll be a power play for the Hornets. So by the time the penalty starts, it'll be pretty much take us to the end of the game. We have 2 minutes and 14 seconds to go. Face-off win up high to the right point. Maxwell down the wall. Hornets back in behind the net. Swaim with it. Back up high for Dahl. Her shot's deflected away. Off the boards it goes. Maxwell, shot, blocked. Dahl, slapper, save Emerson. Rebound, puck's loose. The big scramble in front. They get it covered. And we'll gather things up. It is Thanksgiving. Looking forward to really not working tomorrow. Just basically announced that right now. There's a shot that's in on goal. Emerson fights it off and makes the save. From the right point, they'll play this one over the left wing side. Stick save and steer it out of there. Nifty job there. 1 minute remains in the third period. The power play has 45 on it. From the right wing side, they go through traffic there for Tella Jungles. She'll come away with it. Finds Chorsky off the end line quick from the skates and on the stick and to the net. Hornets will change their forward unit, keep the defense out. Sammy Reber will pick up another win as her team will improve to 3-1 on the season. Her overall coaching record now 59-4-2. Pretty darn impressive. 8 seconds to go. Full strength now is stepping on the ice. It's the United's number 22, Madison Schumann. And that does it for the hockey game as it's the Edina Hornets with a 7-0 win over St. Paul United. And it was impressive to say the least for the Hornets. Scoring spread out throughout the lineup. They improved to 3-1, and meanwhile St. Paul United, ranked number 4 in the Class 1A, drops to 1-1 on the season. Coming up, our next broadcast will be this upcoming Sunday. We'll be starting right here from the West Arena right around noon. It's going to be the Cake Eater Classic Championship games of 10B, 10A, 12B, 12A, 15B, and 15A. We're going to have the third place games on the South Rink for you as well. And then don't forget, coming up next week, a full slate. Check out the full schedule at mnhockey.tv. Thank you to our sponsors, Tradition Companies. You can check them out at traditionco.com. Great supporters of high school hockey and everything that happens in the city of Edina, as well as the metro area. Also, Gemini Athletic Wear. You can find Chris Bonvino and his team at geminiathleticwear.com. For John Sands and Todd Grover, our entire crew here at Braemar Arena, I'm Pete Wagner. So long, everybody.